Hey, New Wave community, Eureka here. We're so excited for our next Power Talk with you guys. Power Talk number 5, hooray. I'm just going to wait for some people to hop on. I'm a couple minutes early. New Wave, we really respect your time, so it's important for us that you guys, that we're respectful of your time and of, everything that you guys give to us as a community. Oh, someone sees me. Oh, there's 3 viewers. So we're hopping on. Tell me where you guys are seeing this broadcast from. We always just love to, know more about you. Who's on the call with us? Because I only see the number of viewers. I don't see who you are. So if you give me a shout out, I will shout your name out here. Hey, Camille from Minnesota. Love it. Camille's so awesome. She's been a totally active member in our community. There's Kim joined. There's Julie from Auburn. Shiana, hey, from Montreal. Hey. How are you? Wisconsin. I love it. Everyone's just hopping on. You guys are so awesome. I don't know. New Wave community is the best. Los Angeles, love it. I was just there, Patrice. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Hey, Danielle. Awesome. Okay, we got, people definitely hopping on. Northridge, Hawaii. Oh my gosh, I was just there. I was just in Maui. I just got back on Sunday. Kingston, PA, love it. Cheers from sunny St. Pete. Oh, how nice. I wonder where that is. Las Vegas. Awesome. Michigan. Oh my gosh, awesome, you guys. Hello. Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh, Miami. Love it. Oh my gosh, there's so, isn't that what's so fun about Beachbody, you guys? Don't you love how you can do this business from anywhere, from all over? Oh my gosh, someone just sent me one of those thumbs up that flitters across the screen. It's kind of fun if you guys are on this live with us because you can interact. So, okay, so it's right exactly 5:30 now, so we're going to get started. I'm Eureka with New Wave. We're so excited to have you guys here for this topic. Something that I just wanted to share with you guys right off the bat. So we chose this topic today because we thought it was really timely, for you guys, and we chose to do it in this live format from our like page. And this is actually something we would encourage you to do too. If most of you guys are within our New Wave community, so you might be wondering, now that you can go live in groups, why wouldn't you have just done this live within the group? And I'll tell you why. We would really recommend you do these either from your like page or from your personal page. Why? Because it can be shared. And we all know that the power of social media is really how it can compound. So I would really encourage you guys, if you guys have other members on your team, if you have other people out there that you feel like would benefit from the New Wave message, I would really encourage you guys to share this live broadcast. Let me tell you a little bit about how it's going to work tonight. So we're going to have just like if you were with us last month, we're going to have 4 speakers back to back. So myself followed by Andy, Christine, and Dawn. And the way it works is after I'm done with my section, I hop off and then you need to refresh your page. And then you're going to see Andy who will hop on right after me. So please feel free to share any of us, what we're talking about. We're here to really just give you that, free information that we hope will really benefit you. So how did this all start? Why did we do this topic? We know that, our new wavers are people that think big, that dream big, that really want a big business. And so a big part of that in Beachbody is that you really need to be able to build a community. But a lot of people, probably think, well, how am I going to do that, right? How am I going to, oh, thanks for saying I look lovely. I know I'm never dressed up. But how am I, going to, build this community? How am I going to start a following? You might wonder, how am I going to do that? Hey, Janet. And, if you guys follow Shalene, one of the things she really recommends everyone to do is follow someone that just did it. Like follow someone that did what you want to do like 5 minutes ago, like maybe a couple months ago, that's just a little bit ahead of you. So they are current and they can teach you exactly how to do it. Well, at New Wave, we were able to, within a 24-hour period of, starting this and marketing it, we were able to get 1,500 people to opt in within 24 hours, which is pretty huge. That was within our first 24 hours Right now, we have over 3,000 people who have opted, or just about 3,000 who have opted in on our newwavepowertalks.com website. And our community, which I hope you guys are all a part of because it's awesome, has 1,300 members. And so, we've done this. And so now we want to give you guys that knowledge because at New Wave, we're all about no secrets, sharing our best tips and tricks for free, and really wanting to see all of you guys thrive. That's why we're here. So when you're starting out, when you are trying to build that community, what's your first step that you need to do? You need to fill a need, right? So Andy actually had the idea of this original Power Talks, and what he was saying was, we were all diamond coaches, so we were right about here. And he was saying, there's a big gap between us right here. And there's all these 15 star diamond coaches. Like, they're not even on the live screen, right? They're like on the screen. And he's like, there is such a big gap, like to that mountaintop. Like, I don't even know where they are, but there's just such a huge gap between where I am right now and where they are. And I need someone to help me kind of baby step my way up there, right? That was the need that we saw and the gap that we wanted to fill. And, clearly 1,500 people one day, other people had that need too. And so what we would really encourage you guys to do is, our New Wave community is incredible, you guys. We appreciate you guys so much. We appreciate you guys so much showing up, with us every month, every day, like in the community, asking your questions, helping other people out. We know that you guys have so much to give. You guys have a special message within yourself that only you have, that your followers, your community wants to hear. So once you decide, what that need is, go out and share it to people. And we know that that takes a little bit of confidence, right? When you're ready to share that message, you have to start sort of thinking like a big fish, like we've talked about before. You have to have that confidence that if it's something that's important to you, you're going to really be able to communicate that message and share it with others. And so we would really encourage you to do that. And then, the scary part is you have to take that leap of faith and you have to just go for it and try it, right? You just have to go for it and try it. I'll tell you the truth. If you guys have been here with us for the last month or so, or not the last month, the last 5 months, if you've been with us since the beginning, you may already know this story. It's a little bit of a funny story. Our very first meeting, I only knew Andy. I didn't know the other people in New Wave. There's 5 of us. You see 4 of us up front, but there's a 5th. Curtis helps us behind the scenes. But our very first meeting ever we were going to have, and only 3 people could show up. And who was the one who wanted to bow out? And I was like, oh my gosh, should we even have this meeting? Who's done that? Who has done that in here? Tell me, raise your hand if you've done that. Comment in here if you've done that. If you don't have enough people showing up to a team call, or if you don't have enough people showing up to whatever, that you just want to not do it, right? You just want to quit or not do it or whatever. Well, I was that person. And Andy was like, no, we're going to do it anyway. We're going to meet anyways. So, okay, fine. So we met and it went fine. We had 3 out of 5 of us. And then the next thing that I wanted to quit on was our very first talk. It was the week between Christmas and New Year. It was on a Tuesday night. I was like, who's going to show up? Who is going to show up on we have 24 hours. Who's going to show up on a Tuesday night? As you guys know, last Tuesday of every month is when we have these Power Talks. So I was like, who's even going to show up at this time of year, right? Am I right? Would anyone have thought like me? No one is going to show up? I was wrong. And thank goodness we just took that leap of faith, jumped in, thought like a big fish, and just went for it. Okay? Because that is something that's really important. You've got to sometimes be willing to say, my message is something I feel strongly about. And even though I don't know how it's going to turn out, you've got to just go for it and then take everything as knowledge. Knowledge is you, that you get. And so, okay, so we went for this, right? And you might be wondering, okay, that's great. So now I've got this thing. I actually know something. I know something that I'm really passionate about. How am I going to share that with other people? And the next thing what we did is we had created some strategic alliances with people that they could promote us in different groups and things like that. So all of us were in different groups that we were really active in, that we had gotten to know the play callers, the people that call the shots in the group. We had gotten to know them on a personal level. We had become friends with them. They kind of knew what we were all about. We were obviously into, sharing our best tips and tricks for free and sharing in any of these groups. So that's how they got to know us, So when you kind of take the initiative, people are going to take notice and they're going to see you and they're going to be willing to share, what you have to say in the groups. And sometimes you have to be a little persistent, guys. And some of those bigger groups, like bigger team calls or things like that, when there's admins, things like that, they might not see your request the first time and you may need to reach out to them individually, but that's what it takes, right? That's what this business takes. You have to sometimes take that extra initiative, that next step. So then what did we do next? Like literally, we were hoping for 30 to 50 people on the first call, hoping. We ended up with over 400. And so what did we have to do? We had to get creative. All of a sudden, we had no budget. Like now, everyone is so lucky with Facebook Live and how you can share this. We encourage you guys to share and how it can just, multiply out there in social media. But we didn't have that option. So what did we do? We negotiated. We got a bunch of free trials with a bunch of different services. We tried Zoom. We tried GoToWebinar. If you guys have been with us, we've been on 3 different platforms, But, that's something that you have to be willing to do. Sometimes you have to be willing to get a little bit creative and, just be willing to roll with it, roll with what happens. And what I would say kind of lastly before I throw it over to Andy is, if you really want this, in this business, in Beachbody, you had to be willing to take that leap of faith, right? Before you signed on to be a coach, an active coach, you had to take the leap of faith. And all of us in the New Wave community, we had to do that too. You had to take the leap of faith to join our group, to join our community, to share your stuff in there. When Andy asked me and Dawn, he really thought up the idea with Christine. We had to take that leap of faith. He said, do you want to give away free information, prepare, work on it all month long and give away your stuff for free every month, month after month, into perpetuity? Like, would you be interested in doing this? You guys, we had no idea that anyone would be interested. We had no idea of feedback, but we had to be willing to take that leap of faith and give it a try and go for it. And that's what it's going to take. If you want to start building a community, you have to be willing to give of yourself and be there to support your community. I can't wait for you guys to hear what Dawn and Christine have to say and about that, about giving back. But next is going to be Andy. And, Andy is just such an awesome mastermind partner. And what he's really going to show you guys next is you may be thinking, okay, great. I want to do this. I want to grow a big business. I want to grow a community, but how do I do it? Like, what's my step-by-step? Like, who's going to show me the ropes? Who's going to take my hand? Who's going to show me how to market, how to build that list, how to do all those step-by-step things? Well, that's exactly what he's going to teach you to do next. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to finish this broadcast, but make sure that you refresh. And remember, there's going to be, after Andy, there's going to be Christine and Dawn. And after Dawn is done, don't just sign off because she's done talking. There's going to be live question and answer. So that's one of the main reasons why we do this live with you guys, is because you need to be able to ask your questions for whatever is going on in your business, hopefully that pertains to this call. But we really want to be able to support you guys. That's why we do these live webinars for you guys, for our community, because we love you guys. Okay, thank you, and see you guys on Andy's call and question and answer.
Part 2, y'all. Come on in. Oh my gosh. As I'm live from Florida today on this Power Talk, took my family on a Disney vacation. Today is also my dad's 60th birthday. So shout out to my dad. Happy birthday. If you guys have seen the size videos of my dad, give him a heart, give him a like if you guys can do that. But we're giving Power Talks today. Today I'm gonna tell you how to do it. I came to the girls and we were like, you know what? It's amazing what we've done. Let's reverse engineer this and let's give that back. Let's give that to our community because you guys have given us so much. So today, you and I We're gonna workshop. We're gonna build something for you. And I might blow your mind a little bit because it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different playbook than what a lot of Beachbody coaches say. And what I'm going to teach is it's just the other stuff that you have doing that your upline may be teaching. There's nothing wrong with that, and we're not here to override or overstep our bounds on what's thing in your team. We're just another point of view. What we do is we learn it, we do it, and then we teach it. If we find something that works for us and we think it could provide value to your business, we would love to share that. And here's the other thing too. It's a synergistic relationship. That was one thing that I learned in my Team Cup team is I partnered with some other rock stars who had people just with teams that were just going crazy places. And it wasn't my way's better or their way's better. It was just that we all made each other better. So I'm going to get you guys, if you guys watch Gary Vaynerchuk, I'm going to get you an at bat. I'm going to get you how to build pipelines so that you get in front of more people. Because we got, like what Eureka was saying, we got 1,300 people in 10 hours. I'm like, what if we could help every new waiver get 10% of that? Get almost 150 hot leads that you can talk to. You can try to change their lives within a month. Would you guys be interested in that? Throw out some likes, throw out some comments if that sounds good. So totally would be willing to do that for sure. So here's the thing, y'all. A lot of people teach power of 3, invite. We totally invite. How many people on this call right now were personally invited by one of the mastermind, Christine or Dawn or Eureka, personally invited you to, hey, join this community? Or were you invited by somebody else and say, hey, you guys got to check out this New Wave group? You guys are saying yay. I think I'm on a delay. But what my goal is to not only get you so where you don't have to invite every single person, you can change their life, but they come to you, you get referrals, right? So no invite, it's different. We build pipelines, okay? So I want to talk about those strategic partnerships and things that you can do to set up so you can mutually benefit where they will bring people in to you. Okay, so why did this work? It worked because we saw a need, we saw a why, right? Everybody was wanting their challenge groups not to suck, so we decided to create a need that every coach was dealing with, right? We took that and we're saying, hey, let's give them something, and let's give them something that they need, right? So you guys didn't know us, but we're gonna give you something you need. And then we gave that, and it wasn't our audience, right? A lot of us you didn't know us when we first started. You were a member of another team, but we got in front of you. See, what we're gonna help you build is content and distribution, right? Increase your marketing so you can get in front of more people. So take some inventory. Is it your content that you want to get better, or is it your distribution? Do you feel like the stuff that your groups that you're creating, is that great, or is it you're just not getting in front of the right people? You feel like if they just saw your offer, you could totally get them. Okay, so you need to, a lot of people are like, well, Andy, I don't know that many people, so I'm trying to build that up. I'm trying to grow my presence, and the thing is that takes a lot of time, and we want to just shortcut that, and there's totally a way. We're going to give you our best secrets. You can go rent an audience, okay? So whether that's in other groups, the thing is, if you just inviting friends of friends, a lot of people, how do you add people to your network? Oh, well, you just invite them, get people to like your like page, and then invite them over there. The problem is that it's hard to know where they're all coming from. Maybe you're really great. Maybe you're way better than me at keeping track of them. But it's hard to know where they all are. So when you're inviting them, you don't know what need there are. Everybody's got a slightly different need. How do you know how to serve it? Okay. So my advice is to partner with somebody who is an influencer. You guys are all business owners, right? So this is what I'm going to tell you. It's going to sound like a lot of work, but I want you to say that, what, I'm a business owner and I can do hard. I can build something big. I can build a big dream, because you totally can, y'all. People told me, hey, Andy, you can't do P90X. It's really hard. Yeah, you can. You can totally do something hard. Okay. go network with other business owners. I want you to throw out some like people in your life that their clients, their circle of influence would greatly benefit from you and like working with you. So like for an example, what about like a beautician, some kind of like the lady who does your hair? Like, do you think all of their clients might want to look good? Probably. You know, like what if you networked with them and say, hey, how about me and you like run a challenge group together? And maybe you can offer me a coupon that any of your clients who lose 20 pounds will get a discount on your service. Because who watches like shows like The Biggest Loser? Anybody do that? Well, my favorite like episode on those kind of shows is the Makeover Day, right? Who doesn't love Makeover Day, right? The big reveal. So you help somebody lose weight, you send their customers back to them to get made over. Everybody, they feel, you know, more beautiful, stuff like that. So if you guys throw out like some examples of maybe who you can network with. You're like, yep. Seeing, love the concept, exactly. So I've also been doing some work with their like Front Range Organic Meats, right? So a lot of their customers are people who are very health conscious people. They don't want, you know, they want organic. They don't mind spending a little bit extra money for a product like that. They shop there rather than shopping at like a big chain supermarket, Walmart, something like that. So I'm like, hey, well, your customers are obviously very health conscious. If anybody would love to work with a fitness coach, why don't you give them a coupon maybe, send them to me. I will help them lose weight. I will help them fill their red containers, and I will totally send them back to you, right? So you see how there's like synergistic relationships you guys can create? So you serve their customers, and you send them back, and in turn, you're a referral partner, they send them to you. Okay, so now all of a sudden you're not having to invite. You're just setting up pipelines with a service. You're serving their audience. Christine and Don coming up next are going to do great about how to serve them. But the thing is, if you can create a challenge group, maybe like make it to Makeover Week, or like make the best red containers ever with like the butcher shop, like maybe like I had a great conversation with a guy who does acupuncture, and he says that, you know, he can fix people who are dealing with pain, but if they don't change their habits, they just keep coming back with them. What if they like, he took away their pain long enough where I could help them with something like Tai Chi and then send them back to him for just maintenance, right? Then we're actually synergistically working with health, okay? So it's not necessarily invite, it's create a pipeline where you're serving somebody else's audience, and you like collaborate, where all of a sudden you're working. So now you don't have to know all about it. And the thing is, you create a solution for a problem that everybody has, right? Everybody at that beauty shop or something has that same problem, like, or they have that same issue. You all know the same hairdresser or nail person or whatever. You like, do you guys like to make people sore? Right? Like you have them work out and they're really sore. Maybe team up with a masseuse, right? You send them to her, him, they get massages, they send them back to you, stuff like that. Here's the other thing, guys. It's got to be professional. So when you have this, I don't know if New Wave, like you see, we have our landing pages. You need to have a place to send somebody where they can opt in. And the thing is, when you're working with those kind of clients, when you're working with that kind of audience, you can create a free giveaway. That's why New Wave works, because we create shareable content. Oh, you guys have to check out this branding course. It's amazing. Come here, come and check out this community. It's amazing. You guys got to see these power talks these people do. It's amazing. People are constantly sharing our stuff, right? What can you do that's shareable? Okay? And if you're dealing with somebody's specific audience, you can tailor your giveaway to their audience, serve them, do them. You'll give them something that they need. Okay, that's what's going to win, y'all. That's what's going to happen when you create your offer with your audience. You can totally rent an audience. I've been doing some experimenting, y'all, with Facebook groups. By serving an audience in a group, I had a video get 10,000 views on Facebook Live. Pipeline, people sending me friend requests. I'm not just necessarily inviting them. There are people like, all these are agricultural people. They come in and see you. Create them. Create a professional web page. Create a giveaway designed for your audience. and then serve them. Christine and Dawn are going to do an amazing job talking about serving them. This topic that I'm coming up is, I'm going to go probably a little bit more in depth, like kind of daily, like how I specifically would do this. So please join our community and check that often, because I want to help you guys set that up in your businesses. And I know it takes more than just the time in this Power Talk, but instead of just invite, how about do the work to create a pipeline, create an amazing offer, serve a community, and have people just refer them to you. Guys, it's a ninja way. New Way, we're all about going ninja. Okay? We're going to help you build your businesses. But I'm going to give you that at bat. We're going to create that, and then Christine and Dawn are going to talk about how to serve them, because it doesn't matter if you help them once. It's about, you got to keep them. You got to continue to serve them. So that's all for me tonight. Thank you so much for tuning into this Power Talk. Again, hit that refresh button, and then check out Christine, who, by the way, you should see her hair. It's freaking amazing today. Multiple compliments on it already. Can't wait for you to hear what she has to say and see her hair. So, bye for me. Catch you guys later.
Hey, you guys, can you hear me? I'm going to test first with my sound, so I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Go ahead and comment if you can hear me, because I have my little mic in. Andy just crushed it. Hi, can you guys hear me? Will you comment and let me know? Make sure you have everybody hit refresh. Thank you guys for being here. Yuriko's awesome and Andy is awesome. They just had some great tips. I'm going to ask you guys to get pen and paper ready, because I'm going to throw a lot of stuff your way. Thank you guys for complimenting me on my hair. You're all so sweet. I'm going to talk about actually going live, actually what we're doing here, and then I'm going to share with you about the giveaways and how to make that stuff good. So if you guys have anyone in your circle or friends or team that you think could benefit from this information, hit share and share it with those people, okay? So that they can get in on this. So first, we're going to talk about going live. And here's the deal, you guys. You only get one chance for a first impression. So you want to make it count. Yes, you like my shirt? So you want to make it count. Remember, in your live broadcast, to make sure that you're going to give value. So you're going to make this first impression, and you're going to make it worth their while. And I'm going to say that a few times. Write that down. So make sure you have a giveaway that you're going to give them. Have free stuff, more than just this live thing that you can also wrap up and give to them. Give them something in addition. So your content is key. You want to make it shareable. So let's start back though with with your message. It's all about energy and, like I said, content. I love Shalene. Who loves Shalene? Everybody let me know if you love Shalene. She's like the going live queen. And that's why we decided to start going live, because we want to keep up with everybody. And you guys want to be doing that too. So you can go live with a Zoom. You can go live with a Periscope. You can go live with a whole lot of different things. But what Shalene says is be bold, be brilliant, be gone. Okay? Get in, get out, move on. So we like to start, get people in, but then you want to move on, get to the meat of it. So prepare yourself. Make sure you can wow your audience. So like I said, if you know someone who needs to know how to do this, share this. The first thing I want to share with you is your location. When you are going live in front of your viewers, when you are talking to people and you're about to present yourself, make sure you're in a clean area. So I'm in a pretty clean area right here. Do you want to know what happens if I do this? Are you not distracted? Are you not completely and totally distracted? I mean, it's super. This is my messy. You do not want people to be distracted from your message by what is around you. So make sure you're in a clean space. Make sure you have good lighting so people can see you if you're wearing a hat. Like Dawn's always got her hat on, but we can see her. So you don't have to be like, Shalene's done up. She must have a professional makeup artist. But I don't. So just look clean. You don't have to look like a glamour shots person. You just have to look clean. Also, set your phone up. If you're on a Zoom call, you can be on a laptop, but if you're doing live, set your phone up, because again, like I did this one time in a swing on accident and I didn't realize it, and people were rocking with me,
You don't want to give your viewers motion sickness. That's not cool. And it's like your arm gets tired. So find a good place. Yuriko's using a selfie stick. Set it up. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is smile. Be happy. Look into the camera. Don't look at yourself. Now, it's okay. Like, we'll check into the comments. Shalene does that too. Like, hi, thank you, Ashley. You guys are so sweet. We'll check into the comments, but mostly you want to be talking to your viewer. Like you're having a conversation with your friend. Have you ever had a conversation with your friend and they keep looking in the mirror? Don't do that. Also, don't play with your hair. Don't fix your eyebrow. Don't pick your noses. Don't do that. Yes, see, when their coaches are swinging from, don't do that. So these are some just things, just being presentable, just these small things that can make your live video more viewable than somebody else's because you're not annoying people. And if I'm annoying you, I'm super duper sorry about that. The next thing that I know I need to work on is speak clearly, slow down, enunciate, be enthusiastic and passionate. Now here's a big thing, guys. Nobody wants to listen to somebody drone on. Boring. Be excited and passionate about what you believe. Okay? You're sharing with them something, hopefully, that you believe is important. So make sure you're excited. You want them to be excited. Well, I'm going to say it again. Like I said, you only get one chance at that first impression. So, right, we said you have to have a giveaway, right? You have to have a giveaway. Why? People love free stuff. Here's the deal. You're asking them for your email, right? We're building a contact list. So you're getting them to opt in. Andy told you that. You're going to have a place for them to go. So you say, hey, give me your email. I'm going to give you amazing stuff. You better have some amazing stuff. Don't be chintzy here. So here, I'm going to help you. And I have included in the freemium just some memory joggers for free stuff that you can give people. Some of it is like maybe you're pitching towards a coach. Maybe you're pitching towards a challenger. Maybe you're pitching towards a niche audience or niche, however you people say it. I don't know. But I'm giving you some ideas. So content is key. Here's the deal with your content. 1, make it shareable. Again, you can click share on this right now if you want to. It's shareable. Make the giveaways that you guys are going to give us your email at the end of this again, right? Because some of you haven't given us your email already. You're going to give us your email. We only want it because we love you and we like having a community. We're going to give you something for that. So we usually do PDFs or JPEGs or pamphlets. You can do audio or video downloads. Make it something that's shareable. Here's the deal about that shareable thing. It's not just about you looking good. You want to give them something so that you're like, hey, cool, and it looks good. When they share it with someone, they look good. They're now giving value. So when I see someone post out something on Facebook and it's cool, I'm going to share it. And then I look good because what they gave looks good. So you want to think about down the line, if 5 people past you have shared this, you've got your information on it, look how big you've built your list because people want to share this. So make it good. Don't be lazy. In your shareable, make it actionable. So we always try to give you things to do. Give your person things to do. Give them steps for something that they can do, whatever your item is. So when we told you how to run a challenge group, I gave you a template of posts. I gave you something to do. And that sucker got shared like crazy. I still can't get over how that got shared. So give them something to do, actionable steps. Make it something that gets your audience excited. Again, you want them to want to share it. The other thing I want you to do is make it user-friendly. So don't try to be fancy pants with words that they can't understand. Make it so they can use it. Don't make it overcomplicated. Also, just a little quick thing, make it visually appealing. You don't have to be a graphic artist. Again, it just needs to be clean and presentable. I had this share earlier that I was working on that I was going to give you away, and it looked like, we joked, it looked like a Skittle puked on the page, so I redid it. It needs to be presentable. And again, make it worthwhile. Create something that you find valuable. What you're giving away for free is something that has to be valuable. Make it something you're proud to put your name on. So here's the thing. Some of you might be afraid of sharing your best stuff, right? How many of you have some really good things that you do as a coach or as a person that you're afraid to share? Anyone? Does anyone have some really cool stuff that they're like, oh, I'm not sharing that. Ain't no way I am ever going to share that. Anyone? Anyone? No? So there are some people out there that are afraid to give their best stuff, and that was why we decided to do this. I created that template, and I went to share it, and Andy had said to me before we actually put this out to, we didn't even know who yet. He said, are you sure you want to share that? That's really good. And I said, yeah, it's got my name on it. If they like it, they'll come back to me. And I guess I just felt like it, look at me playing it with my hair busted. It felt like the right thing to do, to share my best stuff. And honestly, it's given me so much more than I gave it. So don't be afraid to share your best stuff. Don't feel like people are going to steal from you or whatever. If they do, if you're doing a good thing in the universe is going to pay you back, okay? So any of you who are worried about sharing your best stuff, quit. Give your best stuff. Now, you want to know how to make it your best stuff? Do your homework. Do your research. It all goes back to personal development. In order to create something like this, you have to be willing to do what others aren't. So you have to be willing to try things, take on projects. You have to be willing to fail big and fail hard. And you're going to. And that's how you can tell people what to do and what not to do. Duh. The other thing is to do research. So here's a little fact for you. Pretty much anything you ever need to know about anything ever is on Google or YouTube. I don't know if you knew that, but it is. But guess what? We live in an instant gratification world, and people want the answer now. They don't want to have to look for it. They don't want to have to work for it, and they don't want to have to research it. So if you take the guesswork out of it, if you take time on your end and do what they're not willing to do and give them the answer to their problem, bam. Whose problem? Whose problem are we answering? Okay, before you create your giveaway, guess what you're going to do? Look at, I'm a terrible drawer. You're going to make an avatar. This is Christine's avatar. Isn't she terrible? Don't judge my avatar. I'm not a drawer. I'm not an artist. You're going to make a giveaway for someone. You're going to create this topic. This whole community that you're trying to build is someone, okay? Now, they may not always meet this exact mold, but I want to tell you guys something. Those of you in the New Wave community, we had asked last week, why did you join us? Why did you stay with us? And all of the reasons you gave us were things that we were looking for, were the kind of traits that we were trying to fix. We didn't know we made an avatar, but we did. Our avatar are you guys, and we know that we created the right avatar because you guys send us stuff like this. Thank you, Sean Bamberg from the New Wave community, for sending this to me. It is so cool. So if you want to know how to find a community that loves you, love on them, give them your best stuff, and they will send you super cool Wonder Woman headbands. So cool. You guys are awesome. This little avatar that I made is actually one of a coach that I would like to find, because right now that's my goal, is to build my business and find some coaches. So this is what a coach on Christine's team looks like. Her name is Amanda, because for some reason I find a lot of Amandas that I like for my team. So this is Amanda. She's a pink headband. She loves Jesus. Do people on my team have to love Jesus? Of course not. However, I love Jesus. So we kind of find the same goals when we love Jesus together. She loves helping people. That's kind of a non-negotiable, okay? She lives in a rural area. Maybe she has a pond of death in her front yard like I do. I don't know. She struggles with self-image. This is something I struggle with. This is something I'm working to overcome. So this is something I am looking for in someone. You guys want to make sure you're being specific when you're creating your avatar for how you're building for your following, for who you're making your giveaway for. This is who I'm trying to find in a coach. You need to sit down and do this for your giveaway. This person wants to be healthy. This person wants a career of her own. This person loves to be outside. She's energetic. She's passionate. She's curious. She has kids. See, she has a cute little diaper bag. I don't know if you can see how amazing this drawing is, but it's terrible. It's so bad. But that's what I want you guys to do. Shalene does that in one of hers. She sits down and draws out this person. And that's what you need to do when you are wanting to build your contact list, develop a community, and grow your tribe. you need to figure out who you're trying to grow it for. Who are you trying to talk to? Draw them, be specific. Yeah, I want to work with dudes too. Hello, Andy is my personally sponsored coach and I adore him. He doesn't look anything like Amanda, but that's not the point. Once you start drawing your tribe, you're going to get more people that connect to you for other reasons as well. So make sure you've compiled something valuable for your avatar. Make sure your giveaway is something that they are going to love. Like I said, you can find all the answers you want, but if you're willing to give them all of this stuff neatly in a way that they understand, they're going to come to you. If you're willing to do it for them, do what they're not willing to do, they're going to come to you. If you do this and you give your best stuff for free, you take some time, you research, you develop your brain, bam, bam, you're going to make something that gets shared over and over and over. And people you never imagined you knew are going to know who you are. People, your contact list will grow, and you can grow it to whoever you want. If you don't want to grow it to coaches like us, then focus it on someone else. If you want to grow it to, stay-at-home moms, focus it for that. If you want to grow your customer base on people that like to garden, base it towards that. Create that avatar, focus on them, and give them what they need. Give the people what they need. Here's the deal, you guys. Again, if you are going to ask for an email, you would better give them value, and you have to make it worth their time. Time is valuable. If you're asking them to be with you live and you're asking them to give you their email, you better make it worthwhile. And if you do, they're going to come back. And another way to keep them coming back is to serve your community, and that's what Dawn is all about. And Dawn is just amazing in our New Wave community. So is Andy and Eureka, but Dawn is going to cover this subject. I'm super excited. She's going to tell you how to keep your followers interested. Make sure to hit refresh after I stop talking, and make sure you share Dawn's if you can. Thank you guys so much. I love you, and stay tuned. Also, Dawn has our giveaways, so stick around. Bye.
Hey guys, shoot me some comments and let me know if you are there, because I have a computer going and a phone going, and I have no idea if any of you can see me. And I know it takes a few seconds to refresh, so I'm just going to talk for just a second. Let me know if anybody is there. Oh, I see thumbs up. Okay, so any of you that have done this live thing, when people do those thumbs up and those hearts, have you guys noticed that they flash across the screen and they like bubble? Has anybody seen that happen when they've done a live? Does anybody even know what I'm talking about? Nobody. I see you're there. Hi, Danielle, Julie, Karen. Okay, I got some people in here. Okay, so check it out. We just heard some really great stuff, and it's so funny because most of you out there know that Christine's my success partner. We have regularly scheduled meetings. We talk like most of the day long, and then she still blows me away with her content. And she's actually like really funny. Who knew? So yes, I am not as neat and clean as she is tonight. However, I am going to bring you some great content and some stuff that I really hope you will find valuable. What I ask of you guys before I get started on my talk, because I know you guys are still coming in, please share this. There should be a button that you can share this to your personal page. You may be able to share it to team pages that you're in, but share this. Being part of this community is sharing your best stuff. And if we can help you be sharing and be more valuable to others, that's super huge for us. So with that being said, we've talked about, finding and filling a need that's missing. Eureka started us off awesome. There was a need that the four of us felt out there. And so we were able to figure out what that need was and fill it. Andy talked to us about how to market and how to sort of build that community that you're looking to try to pull in. Christine, took us the next step and said, okay, this is how we're actually going to pull them in. We're going to create this avatar. We're going to pull these people in and create this list of these amazing, whether it be coaches or challengers or new recruits or whatever it is, right? So we have all of these people. Now what do you do with them? Like, now you have them. What are you going to do with them? You've got them in this community. So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about just for the next couple minutes. I do have some notes, so if you see me looking down, there's some good stuff I want to make sure you don't miss. So now that we're all here, hey, Nancy Lou, I've missed you. That kind of rhymes. All right, so anyway, again, share this so that more people can get this information. Now, the first thing I want to talk to you about is being authentic. And we thought that I made sense for this topic because the rest of them all look pretty and I didn't. I am clean. I did shower a little while ago and then put a fresh hat on and a fresh sweatshirt. But it's really important that when you guys have a community and you have people following you, that you're authentic and you're real. You want to be genuine. You want to be who you are. When I first started this coaching thing and I saw, you know, coaches posting videos of them doing workouts and all of that stuff and their fun selfies, I actually had a couple friends that wanted me to like change the clothes I was wearing. They actually were like, please go buy something different to wear. And I was like, no, dude, like one, that's not comfortable and functional, and that's not me. And if I'm going to do this, I've got to be me. And if I'm not going to be me, it's not worth doing. And guys, don't try to be somebody you're not. Don't try to fit into somebody else's mold, because you're not going to be comfortable. You're not going to be somebody else as well as they're going to be somebody else. And people see right through it. People see through it. It's fake. It's not real. It's not genuine. And they're not going to want to be a part of whatever it is that you're doing. So make sure that you're being genuine. Part of being genuine, you want to be transparent. You want people to see who you are. Those of you that have been following me at all in my fitness journey, that have been following me in this coaching thing, that have followed mine and Christine's friendship, you know, growing, seeing how we've worked together, you pretty much, I mean, you see what you get. But on the flip side, I'm not airing all my dirty laundry on Facebook for everybody in the world. You can be transparent and you can be honest and you can open your heart up without sharing dirty laundry, without being negative when you're feeling negative. And there's too many coaches out there that they are authentic, but then they do that like off the wall, crazy, bizarre post, and you're like, oh, that was just a little too real. So there's that fine line. So guys, be authentic, be genuine, be real, share your heart, share your feelings, share when you're struggling, but just be mindful in how you're doing it. You don't want your dirty laundry out there. You want people to get to know you. I feel like how many of you out there, and I'm totally terrible at reading the screen at the same time, so I'm missing great stuff, I know. But how many of you out there in the community, and I'm going to read, feel like when you see me in Nashville in July, you have no problem coming up and having a chit chat with me and talking, maybe even getting a drink? Anybody? No? I hate that I can't scroll and I'm not even going to try, but my guess is somebody's going to want to come hang out. And I feel like you can do that because you feel like you know me. There's people out there. I mean, I know that I'm not going to be like super good friends with Chalene Johnson, but I feel like if I saw her, like I know her. I feel like I'd be like, hey, Chalene, what's up? And of course, obviously we love Chalene because she's getting more shout outs than anybody today, but that's how you want to be, authentic and real, so that when people are in your community, like they feel like you know you. Once you have these people, once they see who you are and you're there, they're in your community, like how do you keep them? Many of you guys in here have been with us from the beginning, or you joined us early on in this crazy wild journey that we're on, and you've stayed. And not only have you stayed, but you've been loyal to us and you've shared us and you've shared our mission and what we're doing. And so like, why is that? We asked this question a couple weeks ago in the community, you know, why did you come here? What got you here? What kept you here? I mean, we know we brought a lot of you in with some great content and some great giveaways, but what kept you here? And some of the things that you guys were talking about was some of the keywords that you felt like you were uplifted. You felt like you belonged. You were getting good information. It was an atmosphere that you were comfortable in. You felt safe. That was a big one. People felt safe to ask questions where they didn't feel safe in other places. Part of keeping people in your community is serving them to the very best of your ability. When you're serving, you want to see what it is that your community needs and what your community wants. Similar to the idea of like Yuriko talked about finding that need and filling it. Same thing happens once they're in your community. Now, what are the needs now that you're in the community? Now, what can we address for you? Guys, these power talks that we give, and those of you that come on and you feel like, wow, how did you guys know exactly what I wanted to hear when I wanted to hear it? Like, has anybody felt that way? Like we hit the nail on the head with what it is that you wanted to learn? There's a reason. It's because we're in the community and we're interacting and we watch what you're saying. We watch what you're asking. We see the posts that you're putting. Now, granted, some of you, this might not be exactly what you're looking for, but we're looking at the group as a whole and we're looking at the masses and said, you know what, this is a topic that's starting to come up quite a bit. People want to know about freemiums. They want to know about how to build a list. And so that's why that's what you're getting. That first month that we were in the community, questions started coming up about how do we get new coaches onboarded? I'm now starting to get new coaches. What do I do with them? And that's when we developed that, we called it Carving Coaches, but the New Wave community, put together a training where we took the Coach Basics 2.0 and we gave our voice. Guys, part of that was intentional because we wanted to give you what you were needing. The other part of that was we were building community by doing that. How many of you out there were involved in that training? You know, put yes, put me, give a thumbs up. I don't know about thumbs up because if we do thumbs up, it might like scroll across my screen. But you guys got to be a part of that. By doing that, it gave you something to belong to. It gave you ownership over something. How many of you guys are in groups where the first thing when you go in the group, you see like the list of rules, the do's and don'ts, the acceptable posts, the not acceptable posts? I don't know if you guys have noticed, we don't have that yet. And we haven't had to do that because this group from the very beginning was set up in a way that we are in this group together. We all have ownership. You've been empowered to have ownership of the group. Now, are we monitoring some of the things that are happening in case we maybe need to pull a post or maybe need to talk to somebody? Absolutely. But it's a community. And you want to make your community, whatever the community is, something where people feel safe, they feel comfortable, and they have ownership. Because when you own something, you're going to show up. If you feel responsible for something, you're going to be there. You're going to be commenting. You're going to be helping take the flow of the group where it needs to go. Guys, this isn't just for... You know, some of you out there are looking to create big, huge, bold lists. Some of you out there simply want a list of you know, maybe 50 people so you can fill a challenge group consistently. The same principles are going to apply. We want to make sure that you're recognizing people within the community. We did a terrible job this Sunday, and I apologize to everybody out there, but on Sundays, the mastermind has been making sure that we do a hashtag Best of New Wave, and we try to do that every Sunday where we're sharing, you know, some of the best things that you guys are putting out just to give you that extra recognition, but also it's a way to highlight some of the stuff that the community is doing. You know, we want to make sure that on Thursday we're recognizing some accomplishments. There's other times throughout where we might give somebody a shout out for something that they've shared, or we may reshare something. It's important, whatever kind of community you build, that you're recognizing. Guys, the National Wake Up Call yesterday was all about how to recognize, and you can do it on any level. One of my mentors, and who's a far way upline coach of mine, she simply got on her live Facebook page today and wished one of her personally sponsored coaches a happy birthday. Like, what a cool, simple way to recognize somebody and then make them like want to come back and see what's going on. And then other people are seeing that. You can do that within your challenge groups. You can do that within your coach groups. You can do that in other communities. It doesn't have to be some big, crazy, outrageous, cleverly planned thing. Simple as just saying happy birthday. More than likely you're friends with them and Facebook tells you whose birthdays they are. So just start thinking of ways that you can be recognizing people. You want to make sure that you have your community's back, have your people's back, and love on them. A big reason that a lot of you stayed is because you feel supported. Well, how do you feel supported? You feel supported because you're feeling heard. You know you're feeling heard because you're getting responses from Andy, Eureka, Christine, and myself. We're corresponding with you regularly. If somebody asks a question, we're trying to get on it right away. Or if any of you personally messages us, unless it gets in that weird folder that we don't know about, we're trying to respond the best we can, so that we make sure that we're meeting the needs that you have. It's important to do that in whatever kind of community you build. Now, guys, if you end up with these outrageous communities that have like thousands and thousands of people, I'm not suggesting that you're going to be online all day long responding to everything always, but you want to make sure that you're interacting and you're there. It's so important that you interact and that you stay engaged with the communities you're in. What's really nice about having the four of us pretty much running this community is you don't have to be on all the time. You know, if you are not able to be engaged, if you're away, if you're just kind of feeling blah, there's somebody else there to pick it up. It doesn't hurt to join forces with somebody for some of these kinds of things. Christine and I run a lot of groups together, and it's nice because if they're like, I was out of town this weekend and she responded to like everything that came in. So it's nice. It's also nice when you have somebody else because people resonate with people differently. Some of you totally resonate with Eureka, and I am like the opposite end of the spectrum, and you're like, Dawn, I could take you or leave you. So it's nice when you can have that balance sometimes. One thing I want to caution you about with this interacting, I've done Hootsuite, and I've pre-auto scheduled my posts for a challenge group before, and I've even pre-scheduled posts in New Wave before. The problem with doing that is like 3 weeks later, I don't remember what I posted, and if I'm not mindful and intentional, I kind of lose touch with what's going on because, again, it's like on autopilot. So make sure that you're getting in the group, you're reading what the posts are, and you're actively engaging. You need to be really intentional about that. I'm trying to see what time it is because my phone doesn't want to tell me. Okay, I'm going to wrap up soon, I swear. The other big thing, and we hear it a lot of times, you don't want to post something and run away. You'll notice if I ever post anything in the community, if I post a question or I'm looking for feedback, you can pretty much guarantee you're going to see me comment to whatever your comment is. It might not be right away, but I'm going to stick around, and then throughout the day, I'm going to try to answer every single thing, because if I'm putting something out there, you deserve a response. What I want you guys to think about is, what is it that drew you to this community, but more importantly, for my section of the talk, what kept you here? That's the kind of culture that you want to cultivate, whether it be in a small setting or a big setting. Take the things that you like that we do, take the parts that work for you and your personality, because again, you've got to be genuine and authentic to you. Take those things and make them work. That feeling that you get, that feeling of security and safety where you can ask questions openly and honestly, you want to cultivate that for people if that's a big deal to you. So make sure that you're kind of looking at what we're doing so that, you know, you're able to reinvent that, to duplicate that in the communities that you have going on. Let me just take a quick peek. What else I have? Okay, so I get to give you guys the freebies this time, which is kind of fun because I don't usually get to do that. And I love when Christine gets to take you home, but it's a good thing that she does it tonight because she always, when she finishes, she's so dynamic and strong, and like you guys don't get to like fall asleep for hours because you're so pumped. So I'm going to dial it a little bit down. Christine pulled together a great freemium where she's basically giving you ideas, like she mentioned, kind of like a memory jogger of things that you can think about that you can create in a fantastic freemium to just give away. And then Andy's pulled together, it's called a countdown to launch. And he's got a very detailed checklist on all of the things that you can do that lead up to kind of launching your list, kind of what we did, you know, sort of the steps that we took, when we took them, in order to create the following that we have. In order to get those, what's going to happen, guys, when this call is over, we're going to upload the video. We're going to take all 4 segments and put them together on YouTube. And then we're going to add it into, so it's going to just be one video, not 4 separate pieces. We're going to put it on our landing page, and then we're going to post it in this group. We're going to post it in the New Wave community. What I want you to do is, once it's there, I want you to go in, input your information. It's just going to, I think, ask for your, you know, your name and your email, whatever. You're going to get those freemiums, and then you need to share the landing page with your teams. You need to share the landing page with anybody else that you know that's in the Beachbody community, so that they can get this information as well. I'm going to wrap up, but I'm going to stay live for just a couple minutes to see if there is any possible way I can figure out answering your questions. The other 3 masterminds are, I know they're on Facebook trying to answer questions as they're happening. So I'm going to stay on for about 2 more minutes. But then if you have a specific question for any of us, make sure that you ask it and then tag us in the feed so that we can go back and answer it. And it may take a day or so. Andy, he's, you know, in Disney, the happiest place on earth. So it may take him a little bit longer to get back to some of you. But again, we get so excited and so pumped up by the energy that you guys give us. And guys, don't think that we're lying. We use the stuff that you put in the community just as much as you use the stuff that we put in the community, and we appreciate that so much. I'm running a group right now entirely based on information that you guys have put in the file section. So thank you guys so much for everything that you continue to do. Continue to believe in this mission. Continue to give your best stuff. Continue to invite people to this community. Continue to the great work that you're doing. Let's like make crazy waves before and then like make a big old splash at Summit. Guys, thank you so much. Let's see what some questions. Oh, what's a landing page? That's a great question. That's the page that we're going to send that's going to have the link. It'll open up, and within that page, it's going to have all of the information on it. The video will be right there, and then the form that will give you the information to the freemiums. It's a landing page because you can't get to anything else within our website. It's just that page. It doesn't give you access to anything else in the website. And that's something that you can learn in Ninja training, whether you have Who Knows a Guy, or Practical Social Media, or any other, whatchamacallit. Yeah, any other websites. They should be able to work with you on landing pages. All right, let's see. Anything else? Where do you send that to? Amy Clark, what are we sending? The link? Oh, somebody answered for me. Those of you that are new to the community, our website is www.newwavepowertalks.com. We'll also include that at the top of this like page. From that page, guys, you're going to have access to that carving coaches training that I talked about. It's Coach Basics 2.0. It's laid out for you. You can do it as an entire training with your teams, or you can pull out individual segments and just use what's most relevant for your team at the time. That's right on the homepage toolbar. You're also going to have access to our archived phone calls. This is call number 5. So those of you that are new to the community, we have 4 other calls with 4 fantastic giveaways. So go into the archives, check those out. There's information on the branding course, and I'm sure there's more there and I can't remember, but that's newwavepowertalks.com. And then you'll also have access to this call with the freemiums as soon as we get it uploaded. All right, Shiana, when you say make it shareable, do you mean make the freemium shareable? And if so, how exactly will you get that person's email? Hold on, receive the shared content. What you want to make sure you do, you'll notice on all of our freemiums, where we attach, if it's a specific one of us that made it, we're going to have the New Wave information, but then we have our personal information on it, that'll draw you back to maybe our like page. When you share information, you want to put your logo or your email or your website, have that on there so that if somebody does share it, you're getting credit. If you do some of those cool picture posts and you have a logo or you have a website, put it on there, because when somebody says that's a cool post, if they share it, people are gonna say, I wonder who this Shiana is. She's pretty cool. I might have to check her out. Anyway, I'm babbling away. All right, I'm gonna see if there's any more. Debbie has a freebie, put a lot of thought into it, but I can't seem to get the traffic to it. I'm gonna see if anybody else wants to answer, but what I would say is, just continue to share it. Continue to find avenues to do it. I'm going to not lie. I have not had huge success with my personal freemium yet, but I'm not putting it out enough. Make sure that you're sharing it. If you have the landing page, tell people, send it to people individually. Hey, I've got, this great X, Y, or Z. I have a 7-day devotional guide. So it's just a quick, hey, it's got some scripture, it's got some information. It's just a 7-day quick guide to get somebody started on that path. And so that's something that, if you're in a group that's faith-based, that would be relevant for those people. Or I can share it with some friends and family and say, hey, if you think this is relevant to somebody else, share it, give them the information. So depending on what it is that you have, just continue to share it, and that's where your traction will start. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. I know that it's 9:30 my time, so we've been on an hour. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Those of you that are still here, again, we're going to put this information up. We'll get it up there before the end of the night, hopefully in the next half hour or so. And guys, we look forward to talking to you again. Thank you so much. Take care.